Everybody, this is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and welcome to the webinar on how to do just sold marketing and lead generation from your just sold listing. So this is a great webinar. So if you have a listing that has sold where you are the listing agent or you're the selling agent, so your buyer may have bought the listing, you're the listing agent and you sold the listing, and you want to use that to generate seller leads and buyer leads for you. All right, and so we're going to be covering that today. Got a lot of stuff to cover. I am recording this. I will put this up on our YouTube channel. I will put it in our mastermind group, make it available for everybody. And if you are watching the recording, go ahead and pause this video as needed to do any of the steps that you see. So I am currently at listingstoleads.com. And if you scroll down from our website, I want to point out some of the blog posts that we've got. How to build your business when you have no listings. Lead follow-up tips from successful agents. One of our clients got 10 listings in 4 months using one of the tools in our system, and so on. So a lot of great stuff at our blog. You'll see different blog categories here as well. So take advantage of our blog. Again, it's just right at our website. Go ahead and scroll down and you will see all of that at our blog. So when you first log into your Listings to Leads account, sorry about that, I was on my profile there for a second, it'll look like this. All right, so when you first log into your Listings to Leads account, you'll land on your account homepage. It'll look like this, and you'll see some great information here. Getting started with Listings to Leads, Facebook advertising, open house lead generation. We put that there specifically for agents who, where it's your listing that you're holding open, but also if you're gonna borrow a listing to hold open, right, we're either showing our marketing agent, so that's right there, how to win your next listing presentation. Had a client, went up against 7 other agents. Yes, the homeowner interviewed 7 agents. 2 of them were top agents in that farm area, and he beat the other 6. He was the 7th. And so check that out. He did this pretty much verbatim, added the home to his account, showed the homeowner all the tools, the landing pages, the property websites, the virtual tours, print marketing, all that great stuff, and won that listing. So check that out. You see other information here as well. If you're not in our mastermind group, click this for information on how to get an invite. It's a secret group, so you can't just go find it on Facebook. You have to have an invite. And then, of course, we have some information down here. One of the first things that we're going to cover today, excuse me, is how to set up auto posting. All right. So if I click the green Learn More button, right, where it says auto posting listings to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, if I click on that green button, it'll take me to the setup page for auto posting, which we're going to cover today, and how to actually do it. All right. So on your account homepage, later on, if you want to go back and get the support post for how to set up auto posting for your listings, go right here. All right, that's the first thing that we are going to cover today. All right, so we have a just sold listing, and we would like it to auto post, all right, up to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, because it's going to make running an ad a lot easier, or make it to boost a lot easier. All right, so let's go set up auto posting first. And to do that, we're going to go to our profile. So top right, select profile. And once the profile opens up, there's a tab here called auto posting. Go ahead and click on that. And this is what it will look like when you get here. All right. So on the preferences tab, which is what you land on, check both boxes. And what that'll do is say, every time a new listing is added to your account, so that new listing may be added as sold, it may be added as pending, it may be added as coming soon. So whenever a listing though first hits your account, we will auto post it to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And then the next one is when you change the status of a listing. So if a status of a listing changes from active to pending, pending to just sold, if you add an open house, all right, so every time I change the status. So I'll click save. We are adding price reduced as an option, probably by next week. So right now, price reduced will not post, but next week that should be in a status, quote unquote status, that will be an option to select right here. So when we got preferences, so now let's go to Facebook tab. I'm working my way down the left-hand column. And there's three things you'll do here. One, click the blue Connect with Facebook button, and that will cycle through. I will click Continue as Scott. Make sure you're logged into Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn in another tab. And I'll click OK. And that will refresh my page. And now we'll see I'm connected as Scott Pierce. All right, now the second part is, where are we going to auto post? Click in the box where it says choose pages. And for me, I have a lot of pages I manage. So I will select Granite Bay Homes. And if I wanted to select another page, I can. Although in this case, I'm just going to select one. And then the third thing we're going to do is we're going to click copy on the right-hand side. So what is it that's going to post? Obviously, we're going to post a link to the landing page for the listing, but I'm going to click copy under the right-hand box and just paste it in there. And then I'll click save. Now, if I want to get here and edit this, I can. For example, we're already going to hashtag. You see all the hashtags that we add, but for example, if I want to hashtag Granite Bay real estate, for example, just as an example, in all of my postings, I can add that right there. How this will read, pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just review it. So it'll say status and city. So in this case, just listed in Granite Bay, for example. So whatever the status is, whatever the city is, and then you got the emoji. The second line, click below, and then where it says listing extension, let me just highlight this part only. If you're subscribed to the Listings to Leads text service, then this tag will appear automatically. And so that will read, click below or text 1001 to 25678 for instant access to all photos, details, and more. So it'll say, click below or text, and then it'll put the extension for the listing to 25678 for instant access to all photos, details, and more. The third part, we'll put in the first part of the property description. I believe it's like the first 100 characters. We don't need to put the entire property description, just enough for them to get interested enough to click through to the landing page from the post or from the ad, all right? And then the last part, we've got the hashtags. So for most of you, just paste it in there and click save, but that's how you can edit it. Next up, I'll click the Twitter tab in the left-hand column, click Connect with Twitter, click Authorize App. And again, that should cycle through. It should drop me back onto the Twitter page. Shows me it's connected as Scott Pierce. Again, click copy in the bottom right-hand box. Click in the editor on the left, paste it, click save. So if we could do this for you, we would, but the terms of service with Facebook and the other sites here, we cannot autofill this box, all right? This has to be something you do, but we give you a very easy way to fill it. And then lastly, LinkedIn. Hopefully you'll all see a pattern by this point. Click Connect LinkedIn. And just wait on that to recycle through. There we go. Connected as Scott Pierce. And again with the copy, paste, save. All right. And so everything looks good. I'm just going to click back up through each one of them and make sure, right, this is on, connected as Scott Pierce. I got text in the box. Facebook, right? The button is on, connected as Scott Pierce. I'm auto posting to my community page, right? You could have added your business page, whatever. I got the post text. Right, everything looks good. And then lastly, I'll just check preferences one more time, and both of those boxes are checked. It looks really good. All right. So we are now set for auto posting. So every time I add a new listing, where every time I change the status of a listing, it should take about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then that listing is going to auto post. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. All right, so auto posting is set up. So let's talk about the listing into your account. How do the listings get there? Well, typically for most of you, the listing will already be in your account because you probably did the coming soon or the just listed, active, pending marketing. And so now you're just going to change the status to just sold, right? And I'll get to how to change the status in a second. But if you need to add the listing, click add listing, the green button, and then add listing from the dropdown. Under status, you can go to just sold. And there's really one thing here I want to show you, all right? Because adding the listing, pretty self-explanatory, but I want you to pay attention to this where it says selling agent. I was the selling agent, not the listing agent. So if you're the listing agent, leave this box alone, all right? But if it was your buyer that bought that home, and so you're the selling, right, agent, check that box. And that way there's a few things that we do to annotate with the tools and so on that you are not the listing agent, but that you're the selling agent, all right? So just keep that in mind. So if the listing, for example, you may be new to listings to leads, you may have been a long-time client and you have a listing that just recently sold, all right? Well, add it to your listings to leads account and do the just sold marketing, all right? So again, just sold. And if you were the selling agent, check the box right there, all right? And everything else is pretty straightforward, all right, for adding that listing as just sold. So you see, I've got two listings. I have one at 1015 Riley Street in Folsom, where I was the selling agent. And I've got another listing here at 694 Douglas Boulevard in Granite Bay that's pending. And so I'm going to use this drop down and I'm going to change the status to just sold. All right, so the status just changed to just sold. 694 Douglas Boulevard in Granite Bay. Now it was pending. Now it is just sold. All right, so in about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, that listing should auto post up to Facebook. I'm gonna get a few emails that I'm gonna share with you. So give me 1 second. So I just got this email. Now all of this is in the account. So we're gonna spend most of the time in the task list in the account. But I just want you to see, you'll get an email like this and it has all the links that you need to market that just sold home, right? So that's the listing. We just changed the status from pending to just sold. There's a link to the just sold marketing and lead generation support list, right? So if you need help with just sold marketing and lead generation, how to do it, this link right here will take you to the support post for that. And then you've got the just sold tools right here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that. And the first thing I'm gonna do is click on the task list. All right, and we're gonna walk through the task list. So in a little bit, I will get a notification that this is auto posted up to Facebook and it'll actually show right here. So I'm gonna come back to this first thing because the auto post is gonna actually help take care of that, all right? Next up, seller social media post and ads, seller social media. This was already sent to my seller. You can see Ian at Listings to Leads is my seller. And it was sent to him on 15 November, which is today. And I'm going to show you what my seller got. So my seller got a couple of emails. And this is the version I get. So I get a version that is addressed to me. And it lets me know that this email was sent to my seller, Ian. And so Ian will get the part that starts here, Dear Ian. And it's a just sold e-flyer that he can share, or the sellers can share with people that they know, letting them know they got their home sold, right? And when you click on this, it'll take them to the just sold single property website. Let me bring that over. And so you can see here, this is the just sold single property website that e-flyer links to. I got the lead capture right here popping up for both seller and buyer leads. All right, and they can see all the information about this just sold listing. So this is a phenomenal way, right, to automatically get a tool to my seller to share with their friends via email. I got a second tool, and it's actually already auto-posted. I just got the email that it was auto-posted to Facebook, which I will show you in a second. But let me show you the other thing my seller automatically got, which was a social media post. So my seller also got something they can share on Facebook. So the seller can take this. They can either click the blue share button. They can click that. And when they click it, it goes to a page that looks like this. So it'll pop up. They can type whatever they want in. They can post to their timeline or post wherever they want to. Let's click post to Facebook. Now let's go to my Facebook page, and we'll imagine that I am the homeowner, right? I'm the seller. So the seller can put this on their Facebook page. All right, it's already on my community page, and I'll show you that in a second. But now the seller has something on their page that all their friends on Facebook are going to see. All right. So the sellers, all the sellers' friends on Facebook are going to see this. All the sellers' friends on email are going to see it. All right. So that's some really awesome stuff. And we have had clients talk to us about just dozens and dozens and dozens, of 100 plus even leads that they generate from the seller sphere of influence by just these two tools alone. All right. So between the email e-flyer and the emailed social media post of the seller, all right, we're going to get a lot of coverage there already. So the stuff to the seller has gone out automatically. It auto posted to Facebook automatically. Let me show you my auto posting email. So while we were just talking, I just got this email letting me know that this is auto posted up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All right. Here's the Facebook post. Just click on where it says Facebook. And here's that Facebook post that just auto posts up to Facebook. You see there, click below or text. So people text, they get the mobile responsive virtual tour sent to them automatically. I got some nice emojis. I mean, it looks like I did this myself, right? It looks like I just did this myself, which is absolutely awesome. Now, if I come in here and I say, oh, I want to edit this, I can always edit this after it's auto posted. So don't feel like you're stuck. And I see that maybe in my property description, I had a issue there. Click submit. So I can always edit. I can come in here and boost. So I can click the blue boost button and boost it right from the auto post. And I can also go into the ads manager and run an ad from it, which we'll do a little bit later. All right. Twitter, right from the email. So I got the email again about auto posting. Here's my Twitter post. Again, people click off of Twitter and they land on the landing page directly, right? And then lastly, LinkedIn. I got the LinkedIn post. And these are all opening in my other monitor, so I'm just dragging them over here for you. Here's the LinkedIn post. Right, how awesome is this? All right, again on LinkedIn, click the image or the link, boom, go right to the landing page. All right, so a lot of awesomeness right there. All right, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, automatic. Now I'm going to refresh my browser because I'm going to show you inside of my Listings to Leads account where those same links are. All right, so when the listing will auto post, you're going to be emailed You see here at the top, the first task on my task list, social media posts and ads, your social media, auto posted on 15 November at 10:16 a.m. And here are those same 3 links to Facebook. All right, again, I can edit, I can boost, and I can also run an ad, which we'll do in a few minutes. Twitter, right there. And then lastly, again, LinkedIn. So every time a listing will auto post from a change of status or as a new listing, not only will you get an email, but the first task in the task list will have the links right there. And then the last place you can see, right, the links for what's auto posted is under analytics. So analytics will have everything that's ever auto posted from your account right there. So click analytics, you'll see a tab called auto posting logs, and click that tab again, auto posting logs, and that'll keep a running log of every listing that was auto posted for you. So you may have a just sold listing from, imagine in February of 2019, and you've got a just sold listing post on Facebook. Well, instead of going through Facebook and scrolling, just come into analytics, click on the auto posting logs tab, and you can find it probably a lot easier there. All right. So let's work our way down the checklist. So let's pretend we added a listing, it auto posted, and then we come into the task list, open it up, and the first thing we want to do is run an ad for that post that was auto posted. Does that make sense for everybody? Hopefully that makes sense. This is the first time I'm teaching this in a live webinar, so hopefully that made sense. So instead of coming down here to the second row of social media icons and doing it manually, I'm just going to click where it says Facebook. I'm going to look at this post, make sure it makes sense, make sure it's the way I want it. If it's not, again, I can click edit, and I can edit the post if needed. So I may say, for example, just sold in Granite Bay with multiple offers above offers. I might put 12,578 over the right. So when I go to run an ad, I don't want to just say just sold in Granite Bay. This listing sold with multiple offers, and it was sold at $12,578 over this estimate. All right, that's some awesome stuff. And I see I got that line here, so I'll take that out there. And let's put that up front and center. Click submit. So you see that ad, right, is just the way I edited it. All right. Now again, I could boost this post right from the post itself, or I can go to create ad. All right. This is a super easy way to create an ad, especially if you've got saved audiences. All right. Every time we do Facebook advertising training, I always talk about saving your audience. So watch this. So when you land on the first page here in the Facebook Ads Manager, click Traffic, scroll down, campaign name, I might call it 694. Now, if you had a previous campaign that you want to put this under, that's fine. So address and status, hit continue. Now there's a ton of things that you can do here. All right, I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it that gives great results for most people. All right, I could sit here for 3 or 4 hours going through the Ads Manager, but nobody has time for that right now. And what I'm showing you works phenomenal for most people in most cases. I'll try to point out a few of the variables that I want you to pay attention to as you are doing it, because a few things will be different for everybody in different areas. So let's go through it. Come on down. The first thing I want you to come down to is audience. Right? Who's going to see this ad? Well, I could use a saved audience if I have one. If not, under locations, Type in the zip code, right? And you'll see my potential reach is 20,000. Now for ads, for pending and just sold listings, all right, we're going after seller leads, all right, primarily. So we're primarily going after seller leads once the listing is pending or just sold. So the way we target on Facebook is very different with a just sold or pending listing than it would have been for a coming soon, just listed, open house, or active listing, right? So let's not worry about the coming soons and the actives and the open houses. What I'm showing you is perfect for pending and just sold, right? So use the zip code. Right, there's more than one zip code. You can use up to 3 zip codes, but don't use more than 3 zip codes. But for my area, it's just 1. Next thing I'm going to do is come down and I'm going to change age. Now my potential reach is already pretty low. It's already at 20,000, but still nobody under 28 is buying a home where I live, right? So I'm going to leave it at 28 to 65 plus, but in some areas you can take 65 plus and maybe go to 60, right? But I'm going to leave it as 65 plus. I'm going to scroll down and under detailed targeting, include, all right, this is an option. I'm going to type in Trulia, and I'm looking for interest. Problem with that is my potential reach is now 1,800 people, right? I haven't really specifically pointed this out yet, but this potential reach number is super important because if it's too high, your ad's going to get lost, right? If it's too high, your ad will be lost. And I think too high, again, what is too high, what is too low for potential reach can be totally different in a lot of areas. But I think as a rule of thumb, if you're going to spend $5 a day, then you don't want to go above 50,000. All right, rule of thumb. If you want to spend up to $10 a day, then you can go up to 100,000. All right, so 1,800 with adding as Trulia as an interest, that's going to kill me because my potential reach is way too low. All right, so I'm going to back out of that, and I'm going to leave my potential reach at 16,000, but I am still going to exclude realtors. So typing in realtor, and I'm going to find where it says realtor job title. Now, if you don't like to do this, we are more than happy to do the ads for you. All right, you can email success@listingstoleads.com for more information about us doing the ads for you. But again, here, realtor, and you see my potential reach didn't change. Type in real estate. And again, I'm not looking for a real estate interest. I'm looking for a real estate job title. So real estate broker job title. If I do it one more time, you may see real estate associate, again, job title. And I can repeat that a few times using both realtor and real estate to exclude these people. Because here's the thing, I'm paying per click, and I don't want another real estate agent to start clicking my ads where I can avoid it, all right? So by excluding real estate people, I will not change my potential reach, right? It's still 16,000, all right? But I don't need any looky-loos from within the industry clicking my ads, costing me money, all right? So that's why I exclude real estate people. Let's scroll down. Again, save this audience if needed. Under placements, you can either just leave it as recommended, automatic, or come down to edit placements. And I uncheck right column. Stories, not too sure about. You can uncheck, check it, see how you feel about that. But I always uncheck audience network. And think about Messenger, all right? Messenger works differently than regular ads. So you might want to try Messenger, but just be ready to check your Facebook Messenger, all right? If you got it on your phone and you got notifications set up for Facebook Messenger, all is good in the world, all right? That'll be an awesome thing, all right? But just pay attention to where your ad is going to be placed. And again, pause this video as needed. If I continue to scroll down, budget and schedule, right? I'm going to change it to lifetime from daily. I'm going to run the ad for a week, not a month. So notice the start date is today, but the end date is December 15th. No, no, no. Click on the calendar for end date. Navigate yourself back to November, and let's just do that for a week. So from today, the 15th through the 22nd, all right, my ad will run, and then don't forget to change the budget. So I'm going to spend, say, $50. So 7 days, $50. What is that? About $7 a day. 7 times 7, 49. So I'm going to send $50 over the next week, and double check that. Double check this. Start November 15th, end November 22nd. Scroll down, hit continue. Now here's where it gets really good. We're not going to create an ad. We're going to use an existing post. All right. So at the top of the last page, instead of using the default create ad, click use existing post. Next part, under identity, navigate to your community page or wherever it is that you're posting to. And there it is, Granite Bay Homes. And let Facebook do its thing. And under creative, select post. Let's see if Facebook, all right, let's wait for a second. So select post, right there. Another Granite Bay home just sold, right? That just posted today, November 15th. So I'm gonna select that, and there it is. Right, that's the one that's the one that just auto posted. We then clicked and edited the auto posted ad or the auto posted post. I'll click continue. So it's pretty sweet that we didn't have to redo the entire ad, right? So this is what I'm gonna run. That's my ad. I got my Facebook pixel fired up. I can see over here my default pixel is green, so that's great. I do see a message that says your ads reach may be slightly lower. All right, so here's the thing with that. I could run this, I could redo this ad, right, later today, tomorrow, and I may not get this message, right? This is just one of those auto messages that Facebook gives you when they see you got text in the image that may be approaching their limit. We have done ads where we get this message right here. So we've done ads where we get this message, and when we compare it to ads that don't have that message, there's really no difference in cost per click, cost per lead, all right? So I'm not gonna worry about that. What you can do is click on the request manual review if you want to. For me, I just click the green confirm button and I'm good to go, all right? So any questions on any of that? Pretty self-explanatory. The first time you do it may be a little bit confusing, all right? But essentially is once the listing is auto-posted, either from the email that you get or from inside of your account, you can go right to the post. You can edit it if needed. You can boost it right from the post itself, or I can go into the ads manager and quickly, easily, without having to redo the post itself, I can run that post as an ad, just like I would any other post in my account. All right. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I will close that. Notice it's checked. But I'm gonna, since this is a test listing, I'm gonna come back in here and mark that I did it. So I know I did it on November 15th. We already talked about the social media email to my seller went out today, November 15th. If I want to see the image that's going to post or auto post, I can do that right here. You can always click in here. I can just type in and change the text. I can change the post, the banner color. I can change how opaque or not it is, the position of the banner, This is a call to action banner. Change a few other things as well. Select a different image and so on, right? So that's the social media share image that we'll display when we post up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You got your single property websites. Now, these are already going to be linked to in the e-flyers and the Facebook postings and all the other stuff. But if you need the direct link for the single property website, branded and unbranded, and then also unbranded here. So we've got a couple different versions of the branded and unbranded. We got the virtual tours. Again, both branded and unbranded. And I can't wait. I'm telling you right now, it's either going to be next week or the week after. We have an entirely new single property website virtual tour designs going live, and they are absolutely sick good. I mean, the editor, any colors you want, custom colors anywhere. The layouts, the call to actions, the lead capture are just completely all updated. They are going to blow your minds. When you see this, you're going to be absolutely just bonkers over this. I'm not even being overly dramatic. You're going to absolutely love it. All right. And so the new single property websites, the new virtual tours, hopefully they're live next week. If not next week, over the Thanksgiving holiday, they'll be live the week after. But I'm trying to get them out next week so that it's going to be slow next week. So I hope to get them live, get feedback from people. But oh my, I'm telling you right now, you're going to absolutely love the new virtual tours and single property websites. I'm just absolutely stoked to get them in everybody's hands. So just going to make sure I update all my posting dates here. My single property website, my virtual tour. Let me just update my posting date. And by updating the posting date, some of these tasks, right, I know that I performed the task, like the email went to my seller, right, I did the Facebook ad. Some of them, though, like the single property website and virtual tour, where I may not take the link and do anything actually with them, I'm still going to update the date to today so that I know I've at least looked at it and we're good to go. All right. Next up, though, e-flyer for your database. This is huge. So you're going to see that in my account, in my CRM, which I use Wise Agent and LionDesk, I've got a recurring reminder, which I'll point out when I get there. But this e-flyer for your database, absolutely brilliant, absolutely awesome. And this thing will generate buyer leads and seller leads out of your database, right? Every listing at every status has this e-flyer. It will talk about the listing, right? Your logo at the top with instant update to the right of it. It'll have the listing status, the direct link to the listing. If you're subscribed to the Listings to Leads text service, that will be there as well, along with the link image of the listing. But here's where it gets really, really good. Notice this right here. And this line changes for every status. So when it's just sold, it says, your home's value has been affected by this home being sold. I would like to invite you to find out the new value of your home using. It goes to one of your Listings to Leads landing pages, which I will point out at the end of this webinar. All right. And it's got your Listings to Leads email signature. All right. So let me show you. I can send a test email to myself by clicking send. And so that was just sent to me. And I just got it. So let me pop it out and I'll drag it over. So this is what the e-flyer to my database will look like when people get it. All right. And so people, if they click the link, they will go to the just sold single property website automatically. All right, with all the great lead capture here that we talked about. Let me bring that back up. If they text, they'll get the mobile responsive virtual tour sent to them, and you'll get the phone number. And if they'll probably see this on the initial display. That's why we designed this email like this. But they click this link, they go to a property valuation landing page. from your listings to leads accounts. And again, I'll show you where that link is editable. But so you can see these emails, right? This email will generate buyer and seller leads, right? So all you got to do, I'm going to click copy code. I'm going to log into whatever email program or whatever CRM or email program I use to contact my database. People use BombBomb, Constant Contact, Wise Agent, Line Desktop Producer, right? Any email CRM program you've got, you can use, right? Now, I was going to mention, I've got a recurring reminder in my Wise Agent account here. And you see every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And this reminder says, send listing update email to my database from listings to leads. And that's exactly what this is, right? This is a listing update email, right, for my database from listings to leads. So every time I get that reminder on Wednesday at 11 a.m., I just log into listings to leads. I grab one of the e-flyers from my database. And in Wise Agent, I'll show you. You go to email contacts. Let the next page cycle through. So for a subject line, I'm going to say just sold in Granite Bay, bug asking with. Right, that's the subject line for the email to my database. I love emojis, but if you're going to try to use emojis in a subject line from your CRM, always test it to yourself first, right? Email subject lines, some programs are awful with them and some do really well with them, right? But before you are embarrassed in front of your entire database on emojis, if you're going to want to use them, test them to yourself first, because sometimes these programs change them up on you and it's not the best thing in the world. So anyways, come down here. Now, every CRM or email program will have a button that says source. It's either always at the end, like in this case, it's at the end here, or it's at the very beginning up here, right? So in Wise Agent, source is at the end. I'm gonna paste in the code, click source again, and there's my email. All right, I'm telling you, if you will get in the habit of sending out one of these to your database every week and probably replace what it is that you're sending now, you will generate more business out of your database than pretty much anything else that you can do. All right. So just sold to my database. I'm going to come down here and select all. All right, so in Wise Agent again, hit all. And then at the very bottom of Wise Agent, hit send. And let's get that email to our entire database. All right. Any questions on that? I'm going to mark that I did that today. Oh. Normally that date will show you today's date, but my account's a test account. Well, it's a live account, but I use it for testing and training. So normally you just click on that, it'll be today's date. Now I know I did it on the 15th. All right. E-flyer for your database. Next up, e-flyer to the seller sphere of influence. Again, I'm going to click to expand the task. Now this was already sent. We already walked through this a little earlier. All right. It was sent on the 15th. If I ever need to resend to the seller, I can. All right, but we looked at this a little earlier. This was the email that got sent, or the e-flyer that got sent to my seller for them to share with people that they know. All right, so we have an e-flyer for our database. We have an e-flyer for the seller sphere of influence. All right, all good stuff. Print flyer for nearby homeowners. All right, now this was the tool that at the beginning of this webinar, I showed you that blog post about how this one client generated 10 listings in 4 months. All right, that was just one client. Many other clients are using the same tool to generate higher quality seller leads than what they get on Facebook 9 times out of 10. All right, Facebook leads, great leads. They typically are a little bit wishy-washy and longer term leads. All right, but I'm telling you, this letter to the nearby homeowners, The quality of these leads, I can't give a number on it, but it's a lot higher than your average Facebook lead, right? I'm going to say one lead from this letter to the nearby homeowners of that listing, one lead is worth 10 Facebook leads probably, all right? And it's probably even better than that, right? Notice the letter sits in an editor. Again, if I wanted to add the multiple offers at and $12,586 over the, right? What a great way to use this estimate in our favor, all right? And again, this is just an idea. You can do whatever you want, but I'm showing you that this letter sits in an editor, all right? And the letter to the nearby homeowners is very similar to the e-flyer for your database, right? Letting them know we just sold the home near them, right? Could have been their neighbor's home, the home down the block, the home down the street, the home around the corner, right? We just got it sold. Again, whether you're the listing agent, right? You might be the selling agent. If you're the selling agent, you can reword this as appropriate, where you're the selling agent. And then it says, did you know that home sales over the last 12 months within 2 miles of your home affect your home's value? Right, a nice kind of handwritten font. And then it's got that second part, just like the e-flyer for your database. Your home's value has been affected by this home being sold. Again, I'll show you that URL is editable within listings to leads. So I opened up the letter. I made an edit to more accurately reflect my situation with this listing. Now I'm gonna click download. And it will download with those edits that we just made. And then I can print it up. And people will either mail it, door knock, or just drop it off to the nearby homeowners, right? It really depends. And let's see here, give me 1 second. Let me see if I got stuck. Let me just refresh my page. Let's go back to that print flyer for nearby homeowners. And let's try again. I'm gonna make that same edit. Click download. And let's see, there we go. So just downloaded to the bottom left. And if I open it up, you'll see there's the edit that we just made. All right. Now I'm telling you, the letter may not look like, whatever, but this letter was designed like the e-flyer for your database to be it's almost like something that you just wrote up to give to them. All right. Because I'm telling you, this letter just absolutely crushes it for high quality seller lead generation, right? Those nearby neighbors have been staring at that yard sign for weeks, maybe months, right? They have no clue what's going on. You got this letter from the listing goes pending. You got the same letter all the way from coming soon to just listed to active to open house and pending. So I would try to make sure I use this letter at every single status, right? Get in the habit of printing up 50 of them, give it to the same 50 homeowners, same 50 neighbors around that listing at every change of status, because it is like catnip to homeowners, right? Homeowners love these letters. They respond to them. They go to these links. They send a text. They go to the landing page. It is absolutely awesome, right? So I'm just telling you, get rid of whatever preconceived idea you got about how you do things with this kind of a thing and just do it, right? Really want to recommend, again, you could mail them, you could door knock, or you could door drop. It doesn't really matter. Just get them into the hands of the homeowners around that listing. All right, again, I'm going to navigate to just November 15th. Next up is a blog post. All right, so you got blog templates here. I'm not going to go through and do a blog post, but just to show you, I can click. Got different templates. I like the first two the best. Click copy HTML. And let's see if I can go to my blogs. I'll see if I can post it to my blog. So if I go to new post, so you may have if you got a blog, you can do this as a custom page at your website even. So you see in WordPress, see how the source is in the very beginning on WordPress, right? That same button, whereas in Wise Agent, the source button is way down here when we're doing the e-flyer for your database. So in WordPress, that button is at the very top. Paste in my blog post code. I can do a blog post like 694. Click publish. And the reason you might do a blog post is if one of the neighbors were to Google the address, right? Blogs have excellent SEO, and especially if you do a blog post like this, all right? Great SEO. Right? I have an awesome little blog post here. And when people click in the blog post, they go right to the Just Sold single property website, right? And that's why I say it's not necessarily that you need to use the single property website per se on your own, because we use the, don't worry, we use the single property websites, we use the landing pages inside of all these tools, right? So doing a blog post can be an awesome way to get some extra SEO juice so that when somebody Googles that listing's address, all right, we want more of our stuff to come up on page 1 of Google, all right? And again, just like all the other tools, I've got a blog post for the listing at coming soon, at just listed, open house, active, pending, and just sold. So by the time my listing has sold, I may own half of page 1 of Google between the YouTube listing video, right, a blog post on the WordPress blog that happens automatically, all right, doing a blog post on my blog or custom page at my website like this, right? I could literally own half of Google by the time that listing is sold, right? And you'll probably own a couple of you'll own a couple of spots on the top of Google, right? When the listing hits your account, right? Between YouTube and a few of the other tools, right? We want good SEO for you, all right? So the blog post is done. Again, I'm gonna mark for today's date that it was done so I know when I did it. Text sign writers. So if you have a listing that's just sold, you know, either one of these would be good, but we've got the seller text information. You can click order to order these sign writers. There's a support button, right? And in any of these tasks, I haven't pointed it out to this point, but you see there's a walkthrough and there's a light bulb. So once a task is expanded, I can go to click on the light bulb to the support post for that tab, for that particular task. Buyer leads, seller leads, right? More information here. But you can put a sign writer on that pending or just sold listing that looks like this, and you get more information on this page about how that works, right? But what a phenomenal, using a sign writer to generate seller leads off that just sold listing. And I would put that, you know, I would put it once the contingencies are removed, so that at that point the buyer is pretty much locked in, right? There's no more contingencies remaining. I might switch from this one, which is more the buy side, right? Text 1002 to 25678. That's more the buy side text, right? But you can do this one for the sell side, all right? Some good stuff there. Again, I'm going to note that this was done on November 15th. Unbelievable. We are a week away from Thanksgiving. Can't believe it. Instagram. All right. Learn more how to post to Instagram, but let me just show you real quickly. I can't believe I did not bring up an Instagram. And let me see. give me another second. I'm in my other monitor, and let me see if I can find a real just sold Instagram post. If I can show you what it looks like. Again, I apologize. I should have had this up ahead of time. Normally I do. And let's see this one here. Nope. Give me a side. It'll be just a few seconds, and so I would like to show it to you. Here we go. All right. So you can see it says just sold in Granite Bay. Just sold in Granite Bay. Text 25896 to 888-264-1910 for your home value. Right. And I could have put even text the listing extension number to 25678 to get your home value as well, because once they land on the single property website, that just the seller lead capture comes up pretty quickly. All right, so let me show you. If you go back up to the social media share image, right, the third one here, social media share image, there is an Instagram option. And this is customized from what it was before at default. So I'm gonna type in here, just someone Granite Bay. Click or text you can put your right, and then I can do a couple things. I can either download it or I can click send, and I could send that to myself and then open up that on my phone, save the image to my phone, and then post to Instagram like normal. All right, does that make sense for everybody? So again, the social media share image right here, and I could do this at any point. When I land on it, it'll default to the Facebook layout, but I can click where it says Instagram. It doesn't say Instagram, but it has an Instagram icon. So I can play around with the image. I can just type in here. I can put click or text the listing extension. So 1001 is the extension for this listing. All right. Make sense? So again, once I get the image the way I want it, I can click the envelope. Give me 1 second here. I thought I had. Don't know why that's coming up, but I'll get to that later. So again, click on the thing, the little envelope, the airplane envelope. Put your email address right here, or it could be your VA or whoever's doing it for you. Click send and get that to your phone. Save the image to your phone like you would any other attachment, and then post to Instagram just like normal. All right. Awesome stuff. So we posted to Instagram. And the last thing, ooh, it's 11 o'clock. So just give me a few more seconds because I want to show you this as well. Zillow review. If your listings, if you've got your client reviews from Zillow coming into your listings to leads account, you can request a review from your homeowner, right, from the seller. All right. I'm not sure why I got dear in there, but let me back that out. So this would be the email. That link is the link to your Zillow review page. I'll show you here in a second. I can send a version of it to myself. I'll click send. And let me open it up in my email so I can show you what it looks like. And this is such an awesome way to get, let me see here. Oh, what's going on here? Pop-up block. Well, that's weird. All of a sudden I'm getting a pop-up block off of Google, off Gmail. There we go. So if you want to send this to your seller, so again, if your client reviews are coming in from Zillow automatically through the profile, right? If you need help on that, you click support and ask support for help on that. You can see, dear Ian, it's been a pleasure helping you get your home sold. This is all editable, right? They click that link and it will actually open up the page at Zillow where they can leave you a review, all right? And then it's got my listings to leads email signature at the bottom, all right? Awesome stuff. And that's going to help us get more client reviews on Zillow, which, for whatever, whatever it is about Zillow, you want client reviews on Zillow because they get the traffic, they get the eyeballs, all right? And we want to make sure that people see our reviews on there, right? Boom, we're done with Just Sold marketing and lead gen. Now, there are a lot of really cool things that you can do with listings to leads above and beyond what I've shown you, all right? If you find something that you're doing that I didn't show you that you'd like to share with others, make sure you get yourself into the mastermind group, all right? Get yourself into the mastermind group. Please share with us what's working for you, what's not working, right? Let everybody help you out, right? But if you're getting good success at doing something, get it into the mastermind group, share your success. If you're doing something, like I said, that's not what we're training on, but you're using listings to leads to do it with good success, share that as well, all right? That's how you can help out other people, just like other people help us out, all right? So with no further questions, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Have a great weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving week next week, and we'll talk to you soon, everybody. Thanks so much.